we're literally saving these lives for sneakers that we was gonna throw in the garbage. So like all of us have that. We all have a pair of sneakers that we could do that. And I got to actually go over there and really see these people at risk. They're walking at like, they can get these parasites in their feet and they could die. They could get a fever and they can die. They can lose their legs because they don't have my favorite thing in the whole world. That blows my mind. I got to do something about it. And then when we first did it, it was 30,000 pairs. Everybody said, yo, that's crazy. But I'm standing in front of 200,000 people. So it's like, it is crazy, yeah, but we got to do more. We got to do way, way more. I got to go way harder.
The dream is absolutely free. The hustle is so separate.
That hunger to be more, to do more, to give more.
You've got to go put in the work.
Success takes time.
What do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? Do that.
Brought to you by Mati Energy, it's The Healthy Hustle, a show where we interview today's movers and shakers, influencers, and entrepreneurs. Get an inside look into their stories and how they hustled to get to where they are today.
Hustle is waking up one day, the day before you die, and realizing you gave it your all, emotionally and executionally, in theory and strategy and in execution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Healthy Hustle. Today we are here with Chris Strachan, the founder of Kicking It for a Cause.
Yes, sir.
Chris, how you doing today, my brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, man.
Back
it's
in the
nice
Bull
and
City.
cold. I'm feeling at home, man. It's freezing outside,
Amen.
and I'm loving it right now.
I love it. Well, for everyone tuning in today, Kicking It's probably a pretty new concept for everyone. So I'd love for you to just start us off, giving us a rundown of what Kicking It is.
Yeah, for sure, man. Oh, man. Kicking It is my baby. Like, it's my life, and it's the way that I connect to the world. But we use sneakers as a vehicle to break down social barriers and impact the world in a positive way through that in so many different ways. We throw so many different events all over. Like I said, using sneakers as our vehicle to just get into these places and like help out these people who are going through all of these problems that they're going through, but just trying to help the world on an education standpoint. But
we're going to jump into the founding story. We're going to figure out how we got to where we are today. And the athletic community has been such a big part of Kicking It. It would be awesome for you to highlight some of your connections and where you've been able to get to, thanks to impartial to those people as well. Yeah,
man. Sports is everything to me, especially basketball. So, I mean, it's helped me get to so many places in my life, man. And I never played, so it's crazy.
I love it. And sports is so important to people nowadays. It's awesome to see how it's been such a big element of your life. But, I love kicking this off with going back to the 18-year-old mindset. There's a lot of people that are tuning into this podcast asking themselves, what do I want to be when I grow up? What do I want to do? They get asked that question of who are you going to be when you grow up? But what were you thinking? You're in high school trying to maybe map out the next few years. You came up in NYC.
Yeah.
So what's going through your head when you're 18 years old?
When I'm 18, I'm past the point of thinking I could be a basketball player because I'm still only 5'9".
Yeah.
A few years ago, before that, I thought I was going to be like 6'4". I thought I could be Randy Moss. So at least I'll not be.
The harsh reality came. It's like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm 5'9". So that wasn't happening. But I don't know, man. I knew I just wanted to do something in sports. So at this time, I just want to work in basketball this time. So when I'm going to college, I just want to figure out my way to be a part of the basketball team somehow, some way. So
and the story of how you landed at Liberty University is a great one. I would love for you to talk. People are applying to universities all the time, right? They're trying to figure out what I'm going to do, but your story is pretty unique. So run us through that.
Story is, wow, man. I guess I'm not the smartest person in the world, so I wasn't getting accepted into the schools that I wanted to, and I was only applying to schools because my favorite players went to those schools. So here I am, applying to Georgetown because obviously went there. I'm not going to Georgetown. I'm applying to Georgetown. I'm applying Marshall because Randy Moss went there. It's nah, they wasn't accepting me either. So all these places, I'm getting these rejection letters. My mom was like, yo, you got to go to school. You going to college. So I'm like, man, I get some junk mail. And just random, at this point, I'm going to community college. I'm going to Nassau Community College where everybody else is going. So, I get the junk mail, Liberty University. I never heard of this place before. I'm like, all right, they send me some love. Let me send them some love. Let me apply and see what's up. So I apply and I get accepted. Not only do I get accepted, but it's grants after grant after grant.
Man,
allow me to come to the school. Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm checking the school out. They got D1 ball, D1 everything. Campus look kind of dope. I'm like, okay, I like this place. Let me see what's up. So they accepted me and offered me all this money to go there. So it made so much sense. It was truly God blocking everywhere else, all those other schools, and telling me like, yo, I want you to go to Liberty University. So that's where I was.
Yeah, and then you landed. And what really helped you continue your mission on to be incorporated with sports, right? I mean, you went down there with the mindset of, I love basketball. I want to get involved with it. And, you know, really cool for you to kind of have a guiding light to say when you're going into these different phases of your life. When you were growing up, why basketball?
Man, I mean, it's basketball and hip-hop, the culture, like, it goes together. Mm-hmm. Like, it's all, like, one and the same, kind of. You know, you growing up in Michael Jordan is everything to me. Like, he's dope. His swag crazy. He got the crazy kicks on. Like, we ain't never seen kicks with them colors put together like that with the swag. Like, I'm like, that's how I want to be like that. That's dope. So, I mean, everything that you hear in music is about Michael. It's about ball. So, like, they kind of all go together. So, I wanted to be a part of that. It was my life. I'm from New York where this culture was birthed.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that's who I am. So, like, of course, like, I want to continue my life and be in that somehow.
Oh, for sure.
Make an impact in it somehow, some way.
When your peers are so involved with something, you're looking, like, the people you look up to are in the culture, are in the sport. Exactly. That's so true. So you come down to Liberty, you know, and you were one of the first kids to really kind of make it out of your town, right? I mean,
everybody, most people stayed around and did their thing, but
so this is an adventure on its own. I mean, you land on campus the first day, never really left New York City before, and now you're like, well, here I am. Yeah. So how are you thinking through the first step of the college career, right?
Well, first, like, being in the South, being in Virginia was like culture shock to me. Like, people speaking with the country accents, it's red dirt. It's like,
howdy, y'all, welcome down.
It's like, it was funny at first, it was weird, but I mean, I love people, man. So just being around new people, getting these new experiences, and just like, I don't know, just taking it all in was real dope to me, man. And obviously being able to work with a basketball team was crazy because nobody from around where I'm from is a Division I ball player. So like, to be able to be around that and to get that experience and soak up all that knowledge was like the dopest thing in my life ever. To see 6'8", 7 feet dudes like really hooping. It wasn't like that from where I'm from. So like, it was a dope experience for me.
So was the focus while you were in school, you know, you get down there, you're at Liberty University, you're working with the basketball team, and you want basketball to be your life. You know, is it, I'm going to be a manager forever? Is it, you know, I'm going to, you know, work my way through the administration of a basketball team? Like, how are you kind of thinking about getting experience in college at that point in time? Because this is before kicking it was even, you know, a figment of your imagination.
Thought of, man, it wasn't really too much to think about. It's just that I want to be a part of it, and I don't know, something was gonna come from it, but I just love this thing. Like, I think about it all day, every single day. My man Evan Risher, he was from Texas. He was the point guard of the team. He was a sophomore, so he was a year older than me, and just we would always have arguments about who's these Texas ball players. He would name all these Texas ball players, like Shaq is from Texas, and Kenya Martin is from Texas, and he had all these guys like in the back of his head. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I don't know who's from New York besides like the main people, but I'm gonna get my knowledge up. So just from like going at him every single day to hit him with some type of New York ball knowledge, it just made me fall in love with it even more. So like, I became like the Schwab. Like, I just I had to know everything about ball. Like, I went to soak up all the New York ball, but then just know everything just to get at Evan the next day. So, I mean, it became an obsession, and I don't know. After time went on, I ended up getting promoted to student assistant. Like, Coach McKay ended up coming to Liberty and giving me like the full scholarship. I was able to be on the coach's side and the player's side, and just through that, like, that made my that.
What do you think was leading to your success on the team?
Oh man, I think just my hunger for just learn as much as I can about the sport. I think just doing that, like, and then players just come into me to seek some knowledge or just like in game, like, yo, Chris, what you seeing out there? Let me know. So like, and I'm just like the little dude on the side, like, and like they're coming to me asking me these questions and checking for me. So it was like, I mean, I guess that right there just like just burned inside of me to just even be even better, and then just getting that job to start recruiting and to do the video work and just do all of that stuff that I never got an opportunity to do, and like make basketball my job was like amazing. Like,
so you kicked things off as the manager on this team, brand new, you know, kind of involvement with the sport that you've loved, a new level of play. You were able to level up into student assistant, and then you kept going from there though.
Yeah.
And, you know, one thing that I think that I really like about you is, like, the magnetic personality, right? Like, good things come to people that are putting good things out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm curious, I think a lot of people envy that. You know, a lot of people want to be that guy. You know, they want to have that group around them. Is that something you actively work on? Did you do anything while you were developing to kind of get you to that phase?
Nah, I mean, I've been there since 1987 right here.
Yeah.
Like, you can ask anybody from New York. Like, they know, like,
Yeah.
this is who I am. Like, I love life, and I love people, and I love spreading love, and I live to make people smile. So, I mean, I'm on a daily mission to get out and do that. So, I mean, if that's what comes with it, then I guess that's what I'm going to get. But most times, me giving it makes it come back. So,
Of course.
yeah, man, I want to make sure that if I got some knowledge, like, I want to spread it, but I got so much love inside of here, and I want to spread it to you. I want to spread it to my man right here. Like, that's kind of what I do. That's my thing.
That's a great lesson for everyone listening. Like, give love and get love, right? I mean, it's kind of simple, but
but it's not even about doing it to get it. It's just it's just spreading love.
Genuine intention of
that's it.
putting it out.
Man. It's so much negativity going on out here, and I hate it. Like, I'm looking at social media every day, and like, it's like the cool thing to like kill somebody or to troll somebody or something, and that's so whack to me. That's so whack to me. Yo, you don't know what's going on in somebody's life, but you like putting that smile on somebody's face could just change their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, that could change the whole life right there. Just me like asking somebody how they doing, or just telling a joke, or giving them a hug.
For
like,
sure.
I'm a hugger, so like I'm all about that, and I just feel like, man, that could change somebody's whole day and eventually change their life probably.
I love that, and it comes back. It's really interesting. It actually kind of comes back to Nathan Clendenin, who's the founder of a local marketing company who makes videos, and he was really inspired for his company because of all the negativity in the news, seeing all this negative videos, and he wanted to try to add a little, you know, positivity, a little inspiration in that wave of madness. And it's cool to hear like the similarities between the people we've had on the podcast that are really coming forward with that mindset. Let's just add a little good. Be good, and it'll pan out. But the intention is just to continue focusing on putting that good stuff out.
They need that.
Yeah.
The world needs that, man.
Yeah.
I wanna be that to the people in my family first. Like, I wanna be that to my mom. Like, I've seen my mom cry. I've seen her go through her ups and downs. Like, I always wanted to be that for her first and foremost. So, like, my last name, I'm representing my last name out in the world. So when people see me, they think about they see my family. They see where I come from. I represent New York. Like, I want to be a positive person from there and impact that place, but also like impact the world. Like, I'm also an American heading over to Congo in April. Like, I just want to be a great representation of who I am and where I come from.
Yeah, and it's awesome to see where you're sitting today, you know, being able to have this impact. And let's get back to the inspiration for the impact. You're at Liberty University. You're hustling through your passion, staying true to kind of this thing that's really core to who you are. How did this get to be into kicking it?
Man, that's a great question. I wanted to just take everything that I love and just mix it all up in a pot and put it out into the world so that I can impact it in a positive way. It's like, I understand. I'm 31 now, so like I mean, and at that time I'm 25, so like the world is kind of telling me stuff, and I'm kind of missing it most times because I've been that person, and my friends kind of tell me all the time, like, yo, you know that what you do for people, like, do you understand how you bring people together? So like, man, I love sports, I love kicks, I love fashion. Like, I want to bring it all together and create this digital media company where I could give the ultimate fly on the wall experience. And then later on down the line, it comes down to me having this nonprofit organization where I can take the thing that I love most and save lives with it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it seems so simple and so easy, but it's like truly my passion and my love to just spread love.
Yeah.
So like, if I could do that, man, I want to be able to do that every single day, and I'm gonna die doing that every single day.
Yeah. And there had to be a moment or someone you met that kind of helped you put the pieces together, right? Or you graduated Liberty and you're like going into the workforce. Like, what was that post Liberty phase like for you?
Ah, man, the post Liberty phase. Well, first, that person in my life is Richie McKay, he's the head coach at Liberty right now. He's the guy who gave me that scholarship. And just made that burning desire for basketball grow even more inside of me. But his reason for giving me that job, for giving me that scholarship, was because he noticed after 2 weeks of being around me what I do for players. And it's like I told you, I was the manager at first. So like, that's not the position where people chill and hang out with, laugh and go back and forth with. So for him to notice that and for him to end up taking care of school for me through that, it's like, man, I got to do something with it. And then my best friend Seth Curry, like, we was in LA in Fatburger one time, and he told me, he's like, yo, you don't know what you do for people? Like, you don't understand, like, how you make people feel and what you do for people? And I'm like, I mean, you the first person that's ever said it to me, like, verbally said those words to me. Like, I guess the world has been telling me that, but he's the first person that tells me, like, yo, you get everybody together, you make them feel good, and you, like, create this vibe in the room. So, like, I'm like, man, I got to do something with that. But he told me, he was like, you gotta take that and go make your money with that because you can. So, like, it's those two people right there who kind of made me figure it out. Like, all right, okay, so this is what I got to go do.
That's awesome. And then you had to come around to the idea of, I'm going to, get sneakers from these well-known individuals, auction them off, sell them off.
Yeah.
And then, but you built the connection with someone in the Congo, actually, that helped you realize that there's a need here.
Yeah.
And I want to know that relationship. How did that get built?
This amazing dude, his name is Emmanuel Ntibonera. He's the president of the Ntibonera Foundation. They're from the Congo. They're Congolese refugees. He grew up 10 years of his life without ever having a pair of sneakers. Their family got out of Congo, and then obviously eventually they went to Liberty University, which is my school. So I ended up going back to my school a few years ago. My friend Aisha Curry had a book signing that I was able to coordinate where she can go sign books for everybody at the school. And just through that, they was giving me the royal treatment in the back. Like, I never got that. They would treat me like this. I'm like the dude now all of a sudden. Like, it's like I was never this when I was here. So they give me the royal treatment, and the school pastor, David Nasser, he looks at my hat. I rock my hat everywhere I go just for the conversation. Like, what is that? And here we go. Like, that's what I live for this right here. So I'm telling him what it is, and he's like, oh, sneakers. He's like, well, there's a kid here who goes to school here. He's been collecting shoes for people in the Congo where he's from because they're walking on contaminated soil, and they're literally dying because they don't have shoes. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, so how can we get you involved in that to make this thing bigger and to try to, like, blow this thing up? I'm like, okay, give me some time. Let me sit and let me think. So I get in contact with Emmanuel. I talk to him about his story, and this guy's, when you hear this dude speak, like, he'll blow you away. This dude is amazing. One day he's going to be the president of the Congo. I can guarantee you that. Wow. I speak to him. He tells me about everything going on, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit down with my team, and we're really going to think about what we're going to do to make this thing go crazy.
So at this point in time, what is Kicking It?
Well, Kicking It is just a digital media company for 2 years at this point.
Okay.
Right now, just me starting it up.
Yeah.
So from that conversation, I sit down with my team, and I'm like, what are we going to do? Like, remember we had the ice bucket challenge, which went crazy. Everybody did the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
And it started the conversation, like, why are they doing that? And it was to understand, like, what the disease is doing to people. So it's like, okay, how do we do something like that where we could go on social media and we could blow this thing up? So what if you went on Instagram and just challenged 3 people and just gave them an address and said, send kicks to this address. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to challenge 3 people, and they're going to send in 3 pairs of sneakers, but they're going to challenge 3 people.
Yeah.
And let's see how it go. Now you got 30,000 pairs of sneakers. Like, what is it, 3 months later? I think, in 3 months we got 30,000 pairs now, and we're heading over to Congo. Like, my school, Liberty, they got behind it. As 2 Liberty students coming together to make this thing, and now Steph's involved, and Steph's got Under Armour involved, and Adidas is involved, and Nike is involved, and it's like, yo, we got something crazy. I never seen these rival brands get together for the same cause. So we call it ceasefire, because it's like everything is at halt now, because we got this great cause. Like, these people, we're literally saving these lives for sneakers that we was gonna throw in the garbage.
It's incredible. So,
like, all of us have that. We all have a pair of sneakers that we could do that. And I got to actually go over there and really see these people, like, see these young kids and see these people who walk 8 miles and 12 miles to work and every single day at risk. They're walking at, like, they can get these parasites in their feet and they could die. They could get a fever and they can die. They can lose their legs. Because they don't have my favorite thing in the whole world. That blows my mind, Joe, and I got to do something about it. We got to do something about it, and we're going to do something about it. And it's going to be an annual thing. Once I went over there, and I'm seeing these kids, the translator's saying they're saying that you're black. And it's like, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm black. Yeah, I'm black. And it didn't really register me at first, but then it's like, nah, they're saying that you're black, and you look like them. Like, mostly when people come over here, it's a white person who has a lot of money and he's coming over, he's donating and all that stuff. But nah, you look just like them. Like, you're giving them hope because it's like, you look like me. And anybody who looks like me isn't in a position to come help. But you look like me. Like, we can do that too. Like, I can grow up and I can be just like you and help out the people that I love too the same way. Yeah, you can. So, like, right then and there, I'm like, yeah, we doing this every single year, man. We have to. Like,
that was the first donation of shoes you brought down with you.
That was the first one, yeah. But it was 30,000 pairs, and when we first did it, everybody's like, yo, that's crazy. But I'm standing in front of 200,000 people. Wow. So it's like, it is crazy, yeah, but we got to do more. We got to do way more. I got to go way harder. Me and my team got to go way harder. I got to be doing this as much as possible so that people can hear and understand what we got going on. So it's like, because when I meet people for the first time, they're like, wait, you do what? I got 15 pairs of sneakers for you. I didn't know that you do this. So now it's like, okay, now people are hearing and understanding. Yeah. And then now it's to the point where it's like, man, we got 70,000 pairs of kicks, and we didn't get to go in August. We were supposed to go in August, and we didn't get to go because we didn't raise enough money. I put it on myself. We didn't go hard enough. That's what I put it down to. So I made a vow, like, we're going to go way harder this time, but we got to get the money. Like, a lot of people would rather give sneakers, but don't really give the money as much, which it's whatever. But we just got to be able to, I got to get out there and make sure that you understand what Emmanuel has been through in his life and what these people are going through right now. So we gotta, man, we got to keep going. We got to go harder. We got to do more events. We just got to get that word out as much as possible.
Well, you're really hitting it. I mean, it's amazing to see where Kicking It has gotten to with the first donation you've been able to do. The number of shoes you've been able to bring in, it's incredible. And like you said, you want to go harder. You want to do more. So what's 29 shaping up like for Kicking It?
Oh, man, I think not being able to raise the money was like a blessing in disguise because it's like, I think people saw me and they see who I'm associated with and they're like, he's going to be able to do it. He did it before. He's probably going to be able to do it again. He's asked for money. He don't need my money. So, but now it's like, oh, I understand now. Like, you didn't get to do it. So now it's like people coming out the woodworks like, yo, how much does it cost? Oh, it's $13,000 for one container? Okay, well, my company could do that. Or if we slapped our logo on the side, we'd be able to do that. Hey, is $1 enough? Is $5 enough? So now it's getting to that point where it's like, okay, people are more understanding because we missed out on it last time. But that was God just working the way he's been working my entire life. Like, nah, it's not on your time, it's on my time. It's like, not my will be done, but thy will be done. So that's kind of how it's been going. So we're shaping up to head out there in April. We got a big time event coming up, All-Star Weekend at Top Golf in Charlotte. It's going to be super dope. It's going to be a real good time. This is probably going to be the biggest event that we've ever done. I think we're going to raise the most money that we've ever raised. Me and Emmanuel are going to be able to be in the same place at the same time for the first time in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, for the first time since we made our first trip.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to hear this guy speak, and then you're going to get to hear about us talking about making that first trip, just coming together, our conversations, and how we kind of make this whole thing work on both sides of the country. So I'm super excited for that. We got Super Bowl coming up. We're going to be there. We got sneakers to auction off. Shout out to everybody who's, like, professionally, the guys who sign sneakers, and they give them to me for us to auction them off and raise this money. And for everybody who comes to all these events, man, this is 2019 is shaping up real nice for us. And I think
70,000?
We've raised 70,000.
70,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think by the time March comes and we ship them off, we're going to be over 100 probably.
Wow.
I think so, yeah.
Well, you know, you've been able to build something pretty special with Kicking It so far, and I'm sure you have a lot of kind of insight to share with people about how you've been able to build this nonprofit business, right?
Yeah.
And things you've learned along the way, mistakes you've made.
Yes.
And I really want to dive into your entrepreneur mindset. You know, what has been like some key things that you've learned along the way while building Kicking It?
Oh man, I think there's so many lessons in the losses and the lonely times, and just like I think everybody thinks it's so easy.
Yeah. Well, so from kind of an outsider looking in, like you kind of hit a low, right? Because you weren't able to raise this money,
and like it's way more like people see me on the sideline at the finals, or they see me like wherever they see me doing something crazy, not understanding like what goes into all of that stuff.
And that's
behind the scenes.
That's what I want to spotlight, right? Because there's so much work that goes on behind the curtain. They might see you sitting, you know, courtside or whatever, and be like, oh, there he is. But you have to have that hustle and grind. And like,
nobody cares about what you have going. Really? Absolutely nobody cares about what you have going on. So it's really about you hustling and grinding and making people care. Yeah. Getting out there, but making sure that you're giving back value to these people. Like, letting them understand how much you appreciate them for showing up to the event, for giving $1, for giving a pair of sneakers. Like, that's the biggest thing, but it's those times where you're by yourself and you're trying to figure out, like, man, how can we get better? Yeah. How can we improve on what we have going on? But like, just really understand that nobody feels sorry for you in your situation, whatever you have going on. Like, you just got to go out there and you got to get it every single day. Yeah. And that's what people think about entrepreneurship. It looks so dope. Like, it looks amazing. Like, it's glamorous. It's Instagram, and you look like you popping. But nah, man, it's way more lows than there is highs, and people got to understand that.
What's helped you stay true during your lows?
God, like staying in my word, staying in my Bible, because that's my truth. That's awesome. So just making sure that I'm getting that word, I'm getting my daily bread. It's the most important thing to me. Like, waking up and truly giving praise. Waking up in the morning is like my favorite thing. Like, more than anything in the whole world. Like, that's the highlight of my day. So whatever happens after that is like, that's dope. Like, yo, we went to the burger spot today. Like, I had a blast. Like, I love that burger with the egg on it. But I woke up this morning, like, that was the best part of my day already. So, like, this burger is going to be amazing. Like, it was amazing. I loved it. Doing this right here, getting to chop it up with you. Like, that's amazing to me. So, staying in my word and understanding what God, or trying to figure out what God has for me, it helps keep me in line. Like, making sure that I call my mother. Like, sometimes I forget. But when I speak to her, like, she brings me back down to earth. And she's, like, being my mother. And she's, like, keeping it real with me. So, like, just keeping that family close, and just like just staying and figuring out what God has for my life. Like, truly seeking that out.
I mean, it comes back to having a strong foundation in faith, family, like whatever it is. Like, people have their own way of kind of accomplishing that, and it's awesome to hear how you made the morning the best part of your day.
What? You don't even know, yo. You would hate to be around me in the morning. I'm blasting music so loud. I'm dancing. I'm going crazy. I'm singing mad loud. Like, I'm a morning person. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. So, you know, along your journey of building Kicking It, have you had any funny mess-ups along the way? Can you share any, like, lessons you learned the hard way?
Lessons I learned the hard way.
Something that you'd probably like get another go at if you could.
There's been a whole lot. Because there's been so many more failures than there have been successes, and there's so many lessons that's in that. But I would say that I don't know, just off the top of my head right now, I think we started the GoFundMe thing. Like, the team came together and we was like, let's do GoFundMe. Let's start that up. Well, we need $100,000, so let's ask for $100,000. My mom, after she sees that, she's like, because we're not getting anything close to $100,000. Even right now, like, if you look on it right now, it's not even close. I think if I were to do that over, and when I do it over, I'm probably gonna ask for a lot less. This way we can get more. I would say. My mom told me that too. She said you should ask for if you need. I don't know. She said, why don't you ask for $25,000, and if you get more, you get more. So whatever happens. So I think that's one lesson that I took from the whole GoFundMe process, just asking for less instead of asking for a whole bunch.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Those can be such a tough, initiative to get off the ground.
Yeah, for sure.
A really interesting thing is crowdfunding is becoming a huge thing. And being able to have some learnings there is super helpful. So one more question before we start kind of wrapping up. You have surrounded yourself with some of the most talented individuals in the world. Frankly, some of the best ball players. What have you been able to absorb from them? Like, if you were going to say, there's a trait that's been able to help these guys rise to where they are today, what would you say?
Man, it's crazy. I get to watch Stephen Curry up close and personal, like, watch his growth from the beginning.
Well, you also see them off the court.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, you see how they handle relationships. You see how they handle with their family. And, like, I'd say that you are a role model in some of those fashions, but have you absorbed anything from them that you think could help our listeners?
Just from watching Stephen and his growth, and seeing how every kid wants to do what he does, but seeing how much work he actually puts in, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, watching him, like, use this as his 9 to 5, like, for real. Like, everybody watches it just basketball, but watching him really prepare for it, watching how he's the best player in the world. I see it and it makes so much sense. And I'm like, I can apply that to what I do. I see how he can mold his workouts when nobody's watching to be the best in the world at what he does, and how I can take my stuff and what I do better than everybody else and work on it when nobody's watching to be amazing at it when everybody is watching, or when it's just time to turn it on. It's like putting in that work when when nothing else is going on and when
Yeah.
nobody cares. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I can take,
Mm-hmm.
like, from watching somebody who's the best at his job in the world.
Amen. Yeah, that's awesome. But it's the work ethic, tried
Yeah,
and
for
true,
sure.
man. Time and time again, no matter what job you have, what you're doing,
Yeah,
you
man.
gotta put in
It don't
work.
matter. Yeah, you see that and you just learn to apply that.
Yeah. So for people tuning in, how can they what's the easiest way for someone to get involved with Kicking It?
Oh man, you can follow us on Kicking It. I mean on Instagram. Sorry, that's Kicking It _ That's KICKNIT _ on Instagram. We're posting stuff all the time.
You have the
letting people-
address to send sneakers to
Yes,
on the
address.
Instagram profile.
You follow me
You
on
can-
at CoSeezy too, COSEEZY. There's the address in my bio. There's the address on Kicking It's bio. You can check us out, kickingit.tv, where we're letting you know all that's going on, what's coming up next, how to donate sneakers, donate money through our GoFundMe, through our PayPal, so many different ways. Same thing on Facebook, Kicking It. You gotta
Made
make
it
sure you
easy.
spell it right,
Yeah.
KICKNIT. But yeah, that's how we're letting everybody know everything that we have going on. I think social media is the easiest way for us to just connect
sure.
directly to our people and the people who really care about what we got going on.
Amen. And last but not least, I love this question because it really helps us get into your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But if I gave you a microphone right now and you had 5 minutes to tell the world something, what would you want to tell everyone?
Oh man, to not be afraid to love, show love, and spread love. Like, I think love is the thing that we're missing in today's world.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool to be an a-hole nowadays, like to be that guy, because like in the Bible it says the wicked prosper in the world. So we're seeing the wicked prosper and how they prosper, so we kind of want to follow that mold. But it's like, nah, man, be you, do your thing, and understand that God made you better than everybody in the whole entire world at this one thing, and you should go be, like Seth told me, go be the best at that and kill it.
I love that, man. Everybody, this is Chris CoSeezy Strachan, founder of Kicking It for a Cause. And if there's one thing that I got from today, it's spread love with good intention.
Yes, sir.
Chris, I really appreciate you coming on today. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you so much.